Well, good morning, everybody. It's American Country 716. I hope everybody's having a great day. Well, behind me, I have a pile of logs. Some of these are sawmill logs, and I'm going to load them into the Mort's dump trailer and take them to the Original's house where we can put them on the Wood Miser sawmill. So let's load these up into the trailer and we'll take them over there, we'll drop them off. Well, here we go. Well, guys, I don't know if that's going to be decent for firewood or not, but it's time to either cut it up or get rid of it. It's been here quite a while. The intention was to make those into boards to build a building, but they've been sitting around for a while, so well, we'll find out when we get to that point. But like you guys seen, I got all that cherry loaded out of there on the trailer. It was a little sketchy at one point when I had all that on the forks, but overall it worked out pretty good. So we'll take that over to the Original's house and we'll drop it off over there. So the Original would like to unload them with the Mini X, and that way we don't get them all dirt by dumping them out of the dump trailer. So we are going to use my Kubota U35 to unload them. So we are moving some wood that was there because the Original wants to put the mill there and the logs somewhat there. So I just moved that old ash log, and now I got this thing here. I think that's maybe black walnut. I'm not quite sure. Don't look as dark. Maybe. I don't know what it is. But anyway, we're moving some stuff around so that we can offload the wood that you guys seen me load this morning with the Ford 340A. A thumb is really handy, and that particular thumb, a buddy of mine and I took an extra large thumb and we cut it all apart and made it work on here. You can see the seam where it's welded together. It was too wide, it was too long, and well, that's what we come up with. It works pretty good. Probably not as good as the OEM thumb, but for the cost it worked out pretty good. The Original's coming on a tractor. I just seen him across the road. And so shortly we'll see him. He wants to put some runners down to put that wood on so that it doesn't lay on the ground and just rot apart. I don't have a holder for my phone or anything here, so I gotta hold the phone with one hand and use the levers and whatnot. Makes it a little more difficult, but not the end of the world. So this is a 2006 Kubota U35 it's called. It's a zero tail swing unit, and it's not brand new by any means, but it's mine and I like it. So this is the biggest disadvantage to a tracked machine over a wheeled machine, is everywhere you turn it gets tore up. Or if you got tires like on that, it doesn't even hardly leave a mark. But if you turn sharp, that's what you get. So the original's got some scraps off the mill. We're gonna lay down and we're gonna put that wood on top of it to keep it up, held up off the ground there. I think he's waiting on me. What? You can tell this was ash. You can see the little trails from the beetle. Some of the stuff's pretty short. So I'll get the dump trailer over here and we'll unload it. He's gonna move this load of wood with a winch on. Let's see how he does it. Want me to hold up on a tongue or something?
No, you get this machine out of the way so it should clear.
It's working pretty good. Not 100% sure how well this is going to work. I thought we were just going to dump them out, but well, he's got different ideas for it. So through the years I've learned you just do what he says. Works out better, I guess. But he could have a totally different plan on unloading them than I do. Time will tell, I guess. So one log was preventing the gate from shutting, so I had to strap the gate. We'll get the strap off and well, we'll see how this works out. Well, that did not work out so well, so it turns out in the end we're just going to dump them out here. Well, guys, they're out of the trailer, finally. We got more dirt tore up, making a real mess. And, well, it is what it is, I guess. So, we'll move a few around. Some are firewood, he's telling me. I thought he wanted to saw them even though they were small, but things change, I guess. Nice pile of cherry, and maybe well, 2 sticks of ash in there. Might make some boards. So we'll head home and we'll see what that turns into. Well, guys, we're trying to figure out if this is firewood or lumber wood. This one here looks like a massive ash, and it looks to me that it might still work as firewood. And like I said, it's massive. What'd I do with the tape measure? This thing is a, well, I guess it's not that massive, but 26-inch diameter log. So it has the ability to make some firewood or some lumber. Kind of want to build a couple buildings, and it'd be nice to have the lumber, but then we got to stack it and house it and keep it dry until we build it. Whatever, but I want to get this cleaned up, so we're going to find out if this one here, it's got a big old crook in it. I'm going to cut it in the middle and see what it looks like inside and see if that'll make anything for us. That looks like it's shot there. I don't know. Well, keep on watching. Even that one, the 20-inch bar don't reach through it, so I don't know. Pick it up with a tractor and see what happens. it'll make boards? Hard to tell.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. This outside, you know, darn well, ain't no good outside.
Feels good and hard. I guess the best thing we can do is get the mill over here and set it up, set it on, and well, it can always be made into firewood, but once we make it into firewood, it can't be made into boards. But the way that broke off there,
Yeah.
makes me think it's more firewood than boards. So we're gonna go with firewood with this one, or go with a mill. It's hard to come along ash that's this size in our neck of the woods anyway. And like I keep saying, we wanted to build a couple structures. You see the pile across the road there, those are smaller. And if you look over there, there's still a bunch of pole wood like that around, but not big stuff like this. Well, we're gonna find out if it's good wood for lumber or firewood or just for a fire pit. Lt40hd gas, 24 horsepower. I got it. I got it. At least I think I got it. It's hard one-handed. Looks pretty straight. Making sawdust. Smells nice. Geez, it looks pretty good. So, I think it might make something. We want to build an outbuilding for the cows, and we got to line the walls with wood so they don't kick through it or whatever. Maybe these boards would be good for that. It smells good. Yeah, it smells good. That's what I knew, but I didn't know why ash would smell so good. There, hold this. Looking pretty good, guys. Looking pretty good. Only one way to find out if it's good or bad, and this is it. Well, what do you think?
These here fuel aren't very good. One might be all right. What it is, and I cut right through the heart there because usually you box around the heart and cut it out, but I didn't want to do that. I went through it. They could either be ripped, the heart ripped out of them, or just scrap them or whatever.
Yeah. Seems like it would make boards for inside lining a building, little holes the mice could climb in and out of. Those first boards are real nice.
Yeah, like this here with a heart. See how it degrades, and when it dries, it'll come apart. You should rip some out of it or whatever, or saw it up for stickers maybe. Save for this one here.
So is it worth milling the rest, the other piece of this, or?
I don't know, you tell me.
I don't want
You
to
use
decide.
it for something, a hunting shack or something? What the heck?
I can make more money with firewood than I can a hunting shack. Well, guys, I guess that's going to conclude today's video. I didn't know what it would turn into. Just trying to clean up that pile of wood. And, well, we're still not sure what we're going to do. So, well, whatever. We'll figure it out. He's going to run some of this cherry and ash across the mill and see what it turns into. That big one there looks kind of rough, but I don't know. The top one.
Yeah.
Be kind of a cool video in itself to see if that turns into anything worthwhile or not.
Get a few out of it probably, but nothing.
Cherry firewood.
This would be a good one to toss.
All right. Well, is that what you want to do? Well, guys, there it is. 9 boards plus 1. So I guess it would be 10, but it's half a board really.
Edge it off.
We could edge it off. I think we're going to cut a cherry. I'm not sure if we're going to continue the video or not, but yeah, I think I'm going to continue the video. We'll throw that on the mill and we'll see how pretty that cherry looks. About it.
I wish I had the tow board down there. I could have raised it up, but it don't lead to that tow board down there.
You didn't tell the camera what you were telling me. What about the crack?
Through the crack all the time. You want the crack to go to parallel. So when you're cutting boards, you're cutting this way instead of cutting this way and have a crack in every board.
Well, guys, we're on to that cherry. Second cut. Well guys, that's the end of this video. If anybody locally wants some real nice cherry boards, here they are, freshly made.
They're slabs now, but they can be set on the mill and trimmed down.
You can make them into nice square stuff, or you can use them as slab wood. What's the dimensions of these?
There's different dimensions. There's some 5/4, there's some 8/4, and there's probably some 6/4.
Very cool. And we made that ash into some nice boards that could have been firewood. I'm still not sure whether we should make it into firewood or not, but whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Happy farming as always, and I'll catch you on the next one.